In real life, wolf attacks are super rare. Like, the only time you should ever get attacked by a wolf is if you're stupid enough to actually get close to one. You see, the thing about wolves is that, you shouldn't be able to get close to them because they can outrun you. They have more stamina than the humans, and they have a better sense of smell. So, usually, a wolf can avoid you before you can ever even get in contact with one. Not only that, but wolves have an inherent fear of people. Like, our species is pretty fucked up when the sound of human noises makes animals more paranoid than the sound of a potential hungry grizzly bear. Because humans have been hunting and fucking up wolves' lives for thousands of years. There was even points at times where our species almost made them extinct. And it wasn't out of, over hunting them. It was due to, people being scared of wolves, like, all that folklore and all that other bull crap that made people just want to kill animals for the sake of it. So if this is the case, then why in God's name do wolves in Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 act like fucking loan shark debt collectors? Like, anytime a wolf sees you in the game, it's on site. Like, they're so confronted. They're so, man, that's a hard word to pronounce. Wolves in Red Dead games are so confrontational. Like, like there are even moments where a wolf has ruined a moment in the game because they just feel the need to automatically attack, and it's just very unrealistic for a game that's trying hard to be realistic. I remember one scene in Mexico in Red Dead Redemption 1 where I was talking to the mysterious stranger, and no joke, a pack of wolves spawned after the cutscene, and they chased the mysterious stranger, and it ruined the moment because the mysterious stranger started acting like an NPC. And the thing about the mysterious stranger is that he's supposed to be beyond that, but it was really funny. It was really funny seeing him make the same NPC noises as other NPCs in the game during the wolf attack. In fact, I think the wolves ended up killing him. Now, I'm not against the idea of the game having animal attacks. After all, this is a video game. Stuff needs to happen. But Jesus Christ, does it have to be every single wolf? Why not just make it like you got too close or something? Now the wolf feels a need to, protect itself. Even when you're standing from a reasonable distance, if a wolf spots you in the game, it feels a need to automatically charge at you. Like, what the fuck? Another animal that I also really hate are cougars in Red Dead Redemption. You see, in real life, just like wolves, mountain lions or cougars or whatever you want to call them, they tend to avoid humans at all costs. The only time a mountain lion will attack you is if it's super hungry and desperate, which is rare because even the super hungry and desperate mountain lions will try to avoid humans. Or if you're stupid enough to get close to their cubs, which if that happens, the cougar will usually try to scare you off before actually attacking you. I've had moments in Red Dead Redemption 1 where I'm just traveling on my horse casually and a freaking cougar decides to spawn and just automatically kill it. Like, that's some bullshit right there. And in Red Dead Redemption 2, I swear it's RNG. Sometimes a mountain lion can just instantly kill you. Now, to give credit to the game, the animation for it is pretty cool and even realistic. But it's some bullshit because sometimes you can just do the quick time event to fight the cougar off of you before it instantly kills you. And other time the game is like, screw it. I'm just gonna have the cougar instantly kill you anyway. Like, it's very inconsistent and weird. But just like the wolves, my biggest problem with the cougars or mountain lions in Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 is that they're way too confrontational for no reason whatsoever. It's actually insane to me that grizzly bears in Red Dead Redemption 2 are more tolerant than the wolves and mountain lions are. Because in Red Dead Redemption 2, when a bear charges you, if you perfectly stand still, the grizzly bear will just get scared for some reason and decide to run away, which is also unrealistic because grizzly bears just don't do that in real life. Like, if a grizzly bear spots you and considers you a threat and starts charging at you, it's not just going to stop because you decided to stand your ground. No, the bear doesn't want you to stand your ground at all. It wants you on the ground. It wants the threat to be terminated, you know? But still, it's less annoying than the freaking wolves and mountain lions. Now, Bully is my favorite Rockstar game because the missions are really fun. And since the game doesn't overstay its welcome, since the game is pretty short, it has way more replay value compared to other Rockstar games like GTA San Andreas, GTA 4, or GTA 5. And another great thing about Bully is that pretty much every mission in the game is fun to play. Yeah, Bully's not that challenging, but neither are most Rockstar games in general. However, to give credit where credit is due, I do 100% believe that so far, Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best story that Rockstar has ever worked on. It's not perfect, like nothing else is, but I think it's going to be a miracle if GTA 6 actually ends up being better than Red Dead Redemption 2 from a story point of view. Hopefully it is. We don't know yet because as of right now, we haven't really seen any gameplay or any real story trailers for GTA 6 at all. But like I said, though, Red Dead Redemption 2, it feels like what GTA 4 wanted, Because with GTA 4, it wanted to be a more serious narrative and sad, and it just falls flat on its face because the characters in GTA 4 aren't that interesting or developed. While in Red Dead Redemption 2, we can actually see the characters grow and change as the game goes on. But more importantly, GTA 4 just doesn't feel sad at all. I've seen way sadder games like Nier Automata or Dark Souls 1 or Shadow of the Colossus. Because the thing is, yes, in GTA 4 Nico does lose someone close to him, his underdeveloped, boring ass girlfriend Kate. But overall, the problem with GTA's story is that the narrative doesn't really feel like it has any real weight or consequences because Nico pretty much gets away scot free at the end of the game, and this is after Nico Bellic pretty much killed hundreds of people, and that's just within the story. I'm not counting, the civilian deaths that the player can cause in the game. And that's another big problem with GTA 4 is that if you try to play it as morally good as possible, you're just going to end up missing out on all the cool physics and all the neat stuff that you can do to the NPCs in the game. Like, it's pretty brutal and fun. However, what's awesome about Red Dead Redemption 2 is that it actually makes more narrative sense where Arthur Morgan to do bad stuff. After all, he is a desperate outlaw who's on the run. Also, the narrative punishes him more. Like, he actually gets tuberculosis and he ends up losing several friends and loved ones throughout the game. Also, the people that Arthur Morgan loses are way more interesting and way more developed than Dwayne from GTA 4. Oh, wow. He only has two missions dedicated to him. Or what's her name from GTA 4, who only really has any development, which is unoriginal development from boring dates in the car. Ooh, wow. I'm just roasting GTA 4 because Rockstar fans have a habit of saying that the game has a good story without really providing a good backup. Red Dead Redemption 2 just does it way better. Even Red Dead Redemption 1 does it way better, which is why it won Game of the Year, and GTA 4 pretty much won nothing. It's not even on modern consoles. GTA 4 is just one of the worst GTA games ever. Like, it's one of the worst Rockstar games, to be honest. Also, the characters in GTA 4 are just way worse compared to games like San Andreas. Like, Big Smoke alone from GTA San Andreas is more remembered by gamers than any GTA 4 character outside of Nico Bellic, who is just a boring character in general. Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually one of the few rare games that actually almost made me tear up. It's actually very hard for a game to make me genuinely sad, but Red Dead Redemption 2 managed to do it by chapter 6. When a game makes me feel bad for a confirmed murderer, thief, it's pretty much accomplished its goal. Like, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 was a great story, but like I said earlier, there are some problems. My biggest issue would be Abigail during the epilogue. So during Red Dead Redemption 2 chapters 1 through 6, Abigail is actually a pretty good character. Her stress is reasonable and understandable. However, by the epilogue, she just becomes a total bitch. And I get it, she wants to change her life and stuff. But to be fair here, a lot of what John is doing during the epilogue is literally helping other people out or self defense. And Abigail is like, "Oh, John, why are you doing this? You can't be doing this. You're supposed to lay low." Like, bitch, do you want a bunch of thugs and criminals to kill your son and take John's place of work? Or do you just want John to like lay over or something and just do nothing? Like, why is she so stupid during the epilogue? In fact, why was it her ideal to move back to Blackwater, the place where you started the freaking crime that that started the events of the second game? Another thing I don't like about Red Dead Redemption 2 story is Sadie Adler's change throughout the game. Now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against tough video game women. Like, I love Bayonetta, Samus, uh, uh, Dixie Kong. But Sadie Adler is very annoying. Like, first of all, her change doesn't really. It feels kind of forced, is what I'm just going to say, because we never really. She goes from being a crying widow to a murder crazy gunslinger. And the evolution doesn't make much sense to me because we never really see Sadie do any target practice or training or anything like that. At least with John and Arthur, we know that they have a long history of doing that. Now, Sadie did say that she did share her workload with her husband, implying that, she knows how to handle a gun and stuff. But I'm like, if that's the case, why didn't you defend your husband from getting murdered by the O'Driscolls to begin with? Why did you have to go and play the crying widow thing? The whole crying widow trope. I don't know. It feels like Rockstar desperately wanted to inject Thorsten's strong girl boss character. But the thing is, it doesn't really feel natural and it doesn't feel cool. Also, Sadie Adler is a total bitch. Like, every mission that involves Sadie just results in a bloodbath. Like, Jesus Christ. There's a part in the mission where you're in a blimp and you gotta observe the prison. It's a beautiful scene and it's pretty chill. And then Sadie Adler has to go and ruin it because, oh no, she decided to upset some of Driscoll's off screen. Like, what's wrong with her? Does she have ADHD or something? And then during the part during Colonel Driscoll's execution, that was a really good scene. And then Sadie Adler has to go and ruin it by, just starting a mass shooting, Like, Jesus Christ. How did nobody even realize that she was holding people hostage in a crowd with that big, revolver that she's sticking up? And then during the epilogue, I swear to God, Sadie was like LARPing as a bounty hunter because she literally loses every bounty that she catches. I don't know how she made it as a bounty hunter, to be honest, because she relies on John Marston so much to help her out and give her handouts when it comes to bounty hunting. Very irresponsible woman. I do appreciate that Sadie was loyal to Arthur Morgan and helpful to John Marston, but gosh, man, she's just so incompetent at times. Even during the final mission, she gets stabbed by her own knife. Like, what the fuck? And, I think the worst thing about Sadie Adler are her fans. You see, anytime you criticize Sadie for whatever reason, her insecure simp fan base loves to go out of their way to call you sexist or something. I gotta say, if you go around calling people sexist for not liking a video game character, you're very sheltered, you're retarded, and you're a stupid waste of life. Like, if you go out of your way to cry sexist over people not liking a video game, you don't know what real sexism is. You're disgracing the feminist movement, and you need to grow the fuck up. Like, you low key sound like that dumb bitch in Saint Denis that got punched in the face in that one controversial video. Sadie Adler also gets away scot free at the end. I mean, the thing about Red Dead Redemption is that people get punished for their past crimes, right? Arthur ends up getting tuberculosis, and John Marston, just when he gets his life together, he doesn't get enough time to spend with his family before getting unfairly killed. Meanwhile, Sadie Adler literally gets to ride off into the sunset, even despite the fact that she has missions where she murders people doing their job and helps out with a train robbery. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Oh, she gets away scot free because she lost her husband? Well, I'm pretty sure she killed a bunch of other husbands during her time in the game. Another big problem I have with Red Dead Redemption 2 are characters constantly interrupting me at camp. Like, I'm listening to a deep conversation of a character developing themselves, and then suddenly I have a character coming up to me like, Mr. Morgan, Arthur, we need to talk. Like, fuck off. You just ruined the moment of me listening to a character give their background story. Then there's that sniper mission in Red Dead Redemption 2 where Sadie's like, "Oh, Arthur, you gotta stay back. I'm gonna go down there and fight my way through." And Arthur literally does all the work. He has to end up shooting a bunch of Pinkertons. And somehow Sadie still gets kidnapped and tied up. Like, she's such a stupid character. Now, I actually don't mind how scripted the missions are in Red Dead Redemption 2. The truth be told, I feel like GTA 3 and Vice City, while those are also scripted to a certain limit, also have some unfair bullshit moments. What I'm basically trying to say is that I enjoy, missions in Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. It's fun shooting someone in the face with a shotgun. However, what I don't like about these missions is how, especially with Red Dead Redemption 2, is how expository the characters are. Like, for some reason, characters in Red Dead Redemption 2 are almost constantly giving you directions. Like, this way, Arthur, this way. Thank you for telling me to go that way. The game already told me where to go in the bottom of the text,